Back in house with Coach Rob and Coach. We got to miss 2 weeks ago. You guys took on Cherokee County. We're going to rewind the clock back then. Is that correct? It was 2 weeks ago.
Yes, sir.
And absolute war of a football game. And we talked a little bit off camera about it. But let's review that one. Then we're going to review last week's game as well.
Yeah,
and we'll roll from there.
Two tough teams. Two games where we played really hard. But give Cherokee County credit in Asheville both. But Cherokee County game came down to the last series. Got a couple of penalties late that set us back from probably going ahead or tying the game, but then they scored one late. But played hard. Kids are trying hard. It's just a tough region, and we're finding that out here later on in the year.
The ceiling and the floor in this region has narrowed a whole bunch. I mean, when you take the worst team and the best team in the region in this region right here, there's not a lot of room. Since y'all moved back up to 4A, have you ever seen this region like this?
No, and even though I compare it to 3A a lot. 3A usually was top heavy. You'd have 3 or 4 teams, and then the bottom 4 would be, probably not at that level. But in 4A, this last 4 years, I mean, you better show up to play or you're going to get beat. And this year is more that way than last year, where we finished second last year. But been a tough season. Injuries have caught up with us a little bit, but our guys have played hard. I'm very proud of them, and we got a chance to hopefully get a couple of wins here late in the year and feel good about ourselves. But our guys have battled, and I've really had a ball. These last 2 years, probably as much fun as I've had coaching as I get to the end of my career.
Yeah, how has this team, every team has its own identity. What would you say the identity of this team?
Well, obviously we start with Bryce Whitaker, our quarterback, just having an exceptional year. I think he's the best player anywhere around this area. And then some of our other guys have stepped up. We lost one of our better players. We've talked about Drew McCarver that set us back a little bit receiving secondary. But our guys have played hard. But we're all about what Bryce does. Brenton Hale's done a good job at tailback. But again, you better show up. And, we've come close. We've had 3 close games here where we just come up on the short end and, play here, play there. But it's just the way it happens in athletics and sports.
Coach, this week y'all going to Aniana, correct?
Yes, sir.
Phil Phillips, is a really good coach.
Yes.
He's been a good coach there for a long time, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Aniana is the second winningest program in the host state's history behind T.R. Miller. So it's a lot of tradition there, and a really good coach there, and another team they've had some really good ups and some downs this year. But just take us through your thoughts of that game.
Their season's been really bit like ours in that they've played some close games, played the good teams pretty close, and like we have, and like you just said, we talked about one play here or there, they be in the playoffs, but it's going to be another tough test, going there. Won't be easy, but I think our guys will show up and play hard.
Injury-wise, are you getting anybody back this week, or is everybody still kind of as they were the week before?
Well, we came out of Cherokee County banged up a little bit. Cherokee County, we had a couple of defensive players that got banged up, didn't practice a whole lot, and Connor Willingham, he didn't get to practice much at all, was turned ankle, but he did play last week, not 100%. Bryce had a turned ankle, but he still had 250 yards, so he was able to play. And so, but it's that time of the year. Alabama and Auburn got them banged up. But if you've had a season like everybody's having, as far as playing tough teams, you're going to get banged up. And at this time of the year, your depth comes into place, and we've developed some depth, but we're probably lacking a little bit there. But not to make excuses, we're playing good teams, and you got to play good to win. If you don't, you get beat.
Yeah, there ain't no doubt in this region especially. I don't know, I've gotten to looking at regions, just different classifications, but this region right here, the emergence of Asheville's made it everything flip-flop. Yeah. Mark Sanders probably got to be up for Coach of the Year of some sort.
Yeah, I think so. Mark's done a great job.
But I was looking at the ceiling, like you said, Aniana, you guys, and there's not that big a gap from you guys and Anniston.
And Etowah's sitting there not winning games, but I'm going to tell you don't want to play them because Coach Peavy does a tremendous job. And at White Plains, Coach Smith has made them an improved team, and it's just top to bottom. And you look at that, with years we were 3A, it'd been a good year to be in 3A, I think, Bo. But we've competed. We're 4-4. It could be worse, it could be better, but like I said, we've hung in there, and our guys have just played really hard and had a great year attitude-wise. Like I said, about 30 years, these last 2 years have been as enjoyable. It makes you want to keep coaching, but both some of us are getting older. But I don't know what my future holds. Just for the record, I'm gonna wait and evaluate and see how I feel. I've had some health issues, but I really feel good where the program is. We got a good number of kids playing, and like I said, we've been pretty close to having just a super year. And last year we had a really, really good year. We won some of these games we've lost, but I've enjoyed this year, and hopefully we can end up here, like I said, with a positive note on these last 2 games.
Coach, you got a new hip, so you got 10 or 15 more years.
Ooh, I tell you what, I'm turning 67 here this week.
You're ready to roll then?
Yeah, I'm ready to roll. But Phyllis, my wife's retiring, and there's more to life than sports. Yeah. Some people don't think I think that, but I do realize that. I got 6 grandchildren, and but I'm gonna wait and evaluate the season's over. My health is an issue, and see. I got a knee replacement coming, but I enjoy the kids. I think they still responded to my coaching, and I got great assistants, new principal. Everything's as good as it could be. Yeah. And I still got great support. I really feel that. So, but I've enjoyed it. I still do. But as Coach Saban says, it's just sometimes you never know at your age how long you're gonna live. But I want to enjoy a little bit of life. But this is my life, sports. I ain't gonna lie to you. But like I said, I got 6 grandkids I got to take care of.
Good thing is some of those grandkids you get to watch out here play.
We will. I told a guy the other day going to Pee Wee football games or youth football that it looks like I'll be going to youth football till my last breath. But we got them lined up all the way from 5 months all the way up to freshman in high school. So my Saturdays are going to be pretty much full. But that's okay. There's nothing more precious. Your own kids are precious, but them grandkids are really, really precious.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And the good thing with them is you get to all the good stuff, and then you get to send them back home.
Send them back home. That's right. Yeah, we've done that a couple of times. Brad, Alex, come get your kids. That's my grandkids. But I enjoy that part of life. And like I said, we'll see how it goes. But I really enjoyed this year, and hopefully we can end up, like I said, more than once here. A good finish.
Coach, I appreciate you so much, and see you next week.
All right, thank you, Bo.